Okay, so today I did the Golden Circle tour right outside of Reykjavik, and I'm just gonna, we started out here in the city, and then we went out to a greenhouse, and then from there went to a geyser, and then a waterfall, and then after that we went and checked out the continental split area, so you could see where North America and Eurasia are splitting apart in the middle of the North Atlantic. So those are the 4 spots we stopped today. So as you watch the film, as you watch the video, you'll be able to see all that stuff. All right, well, enjoy. Cool, we're setting off on a pretty dreary day today in Reykjavik. It's rainy, cloudy, so I don't know if these photos and video are gonna come out very good. So, well, hope for the best. Maybe it'll clear up a bit and a little bit nicer. Well, luckily I dressed in a lot of layers today. I have like a jacket liner, t-shirt, sweater, and I have like this raincoat on, so it will stay pretty warm. I think it's like about 40s today, but it feels like basically freezing like it was yesterday. So yeah, the wetness makes it a little bit rough. It's like a crazy storm outside.
We're only growing cherry tomatoes all over the place, but we have more greenhouses where we're also growing Gardisha and Hella. So we're working only with 3 types, and we're harvesting on average 2 tons of tomatoes every day, more or less 700 tons a year. Maybe that's not much where we're coming from, but here in Iceland we're only a little bit more than 400,000 people, so that's about 40% of the tomato market. Now, we started 31 years ago. The founders moved to Atlanta. They studied horticulture and agronomy in Reykjavik, and they have some experience growing tomatoes. Now, they wanted to start a tomato farm. It was, of course, cheaper to do it in the countryside, so that's when they came here to Reykjavik. Back then, there were a couple of greenhouses that were abandoned for decades. They bought those greenhouses, started working on them, and then over the years, Freehamar became the biggest tomato producer in Iceland. Now, there is a hot spring located about 200 meters away from here. We take water from that hot spring. The water comes almost boiling from the ground to the white tubes that you can see all over the place. And we're using the water not just to water the plants, but that is also how we are heating up the greenhouses on a daily basis. Then we have these high pressure sodium lights on the roof. We have them on for 11, 18 hours a day, depending on the season, also depending on how good or bad the water is. The only thing with the lighting system that we have is that every month it consumes as much energy as a town of 7,000, even 8,000 people. That's quite a lot. It's not a problem though, because in Iceland, everything is pretty much coming from the volcanic energy, and as it is geothermal, for us it's actually quite affordable to keep up with this kind of system. Now, we are not using any pesticides during the process. Nonetheless, we have an issue with an insect called the whitefly. Maybe some of you might have heard of it before because the whitefly is everywhere. And what we are doing is we're bringing another fly from the Netherlands. It's called the Macrolophus. Now, what the Macrolophus does once she's here is basically she eats the eggs of the whiteflies, and by doing that, we don't need to use any pesticides at all. It's pretty simple. Now, from Monday to Friday is when we pick up the tomatoes. Ideally, we'll do it early in the morning. So we'll place some trolley between the rails. Then we start picking up the tomatoes that are ready. We then send the tomatoes to the packing area. And that afternoon, the next day, we expect the tomatoes to be at the supermarkets. Everything is pretty much hand-picked, and we have more or less 30 workers completely dedicated to the plants. Now, we are not exporting our tomatoes. There is a little exception with Greenland. We sell less than 1% there because it's near of Iceland, and we know that the tomatoes will make it fresh over there. Other than that, we just sell the tomatoes over here. Now, we're bringing the seeds from France and the Netherlands, and then the tomato plants that you are seeing here will first remain on the back. That's our northern over there, and we'll pretty much keep them there until they reach 1 meter in length. That shouldn't take longer than 6 to 7 weeks on average. Then we move the plants to the main greenhouses, and it will take them 7 to 8 weeks so that they can start giving us tomatoes on a daily basis. Now, once they are here, as they will be exposed to the lining system, and they will be getting nutrients through the water on a daily basis, that's when the process starts speeding up, and then the plants grow 25, 30 centimeters every week. And that's why, as you can see, there are strings and roots on top everywhere. So as the plants are growing, we simply twist them around the strings, and then we just do our best to lower the plants as much as we can, so that we can, of course, pick up tomatoes every day. Now, we're only keeping the plants for 9 months. After that period of time, we expect them to reach 9 meters of length, sometimes 10 meters of length. That's about 30, 33 feet. So at that point, it would be really complicated for us to be lowering the plants. So we just simply give them to the farmers for compost, and then we just repeat the process all over again. Now, there are flowers growing in all the plants that we have. We have 27,000 plants, and of course we need to pollinate the flowers. We don't have many bumblebees here in Iceland, so we are also bringing bumblebees from the Netherlands. The bumblebees come in these boxes, and we're trying to keep more or less 1,200 bumblebees distributed in the 9 greenhouses that we have. In every box there are 60 female bumblebees. We're only bringing female as they are the ones that are pollinating the flowers. Now, the bumblebees, when they are pollinating, they're also releasing a pheromone, and by doing that, the other bumblebees can smell if a flower had already been pollinated, so they just move on to the next one real quick. Every single bumblebee pollinates on average 2,000 flowers a day, so they are working quite hard to clean it. Now, they have their own hive inside of the boxes, so basically, when we open the box, we just open it here in the center. They leave the box, they pollinate the flowers, and they simply come back. Why are we bringing bumblebees and not honeybees? Well, the first thing is that the bumblebees are friendlier than the honeybees. We are a restaurant, we wanted to play safe, of course. We are also not getting any honey from them. They're only producing the honey that they consume. And they are, of course, more efficient. Now, in the winter time, we have something called manual pollination. When we have the bumblebees on December, there's no much daylight hours. We have 22 hours of darkness in the country. So during that period of time, the bumblebees, let's say they leave the boxes at 11:30 in the morning, they pollinate for 30, 45 minutes, and they go back to the boxes. As soon as they do it, we have the greenhouse workers come in here. They will take the plants that we have, they will start basically shaking the plants. So by shaking the plants, we're helping the bees spreading the pollination all over. We don't have to do it any longer for January, as we'll start having more and more daylight hours. Now at the end, I will open the box. Don't worry, the bees will not come out, but it's a glass in there just for you to see them. And once everything is ready, this is how the cherry tomatoes that we are growing here looks like in the supermarket. We also have other products. We have barbecue sauces, green piping syrup, cucumber salsa. We even have tomato salt. Now, we of course need to make sure that everything is working properly. In order to keep the greenhouses heated, the temperature of the water must come at 95 degrees Celsius, so that we can have a temperature inside of 23, 24 degrees Celsius. 95 degrees Celsius is more or less 200 Fahrenheit. It's quite hot. And then of course we need to cool down the water that goes to the plants. Now, the lighting system is controlled by a software. It's pretty much automatically. It's connected to a weather station that we have on the roof. So when it's nice and sunny, which is not quite often here, the lights go off so we don't overwhelm the bumblebees. As you can see, the lights are quite bright. They're also affecting a lot of the temperature inside of the place. And this is pretty much what we're doing this. Now I will open the box. Then I will be here if you have any question. You can ask me or my colleague Alex. If you want to take some pictures or videos, feel free to do it. And if you're feeling hungry, we have the bar open over there in the corner. There we have tomato soup. We have Bloody Marys, Happy Marys. We have tomato coffee, tomato tea. We also have regular coffee, so no worries. Tomato beer. And I hope you're enjoying the journey. Thank you so much for your attention.
I'll have to give Arturo some props. That was a great explanation how this place works. It's really cool. It feels really nice in here. It's like kind of miserable outside. Oh wow, look at that. Holy smokes. Oh wow, that's really neat. Oh, wow, look at that flowers in here. Oh wow, that's really cool. Bumblebees. Oh wow, check that out. That's neat. Poor little guys. It's a long trip from Holland all the way over here. This is like the tassels for the workers, it looks like. Yeah, these flowers look really nice though. It's really pretty. Oh wow. They're growing them out of those tubes there. Like a big tall tower. This is really neat. Yeah, look how dark it is outside. Yeah, that's a lot of tomatoes. I kind of want to. Wow, look at how they have them strung up there. This would be so cool. Grow something like this. Oh, look at how they grow them. They grow them in like a pack there. Go around like little boxes. It's kind of neat. Like that. Oh, there. It's a better look here. Oh, so the tomatoes are just coming out of there. That's really cool. This is where they pipe the water in. Down there. Cool. I'm gonna try some of the food. Have a bit of coffee maybe to wake me up. I was like falling asleep on the bus earlier. I kind of want to see the bees in action. I don't see them. They're just in the box, but oh, there's one. There's a bee there. Oh wow. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, there she is. I guess they're all female, right? Boys cause too much trouble. Oops. There we go. Oh, she flew off. That's cool. All right, I'm having an Icelandic tomato beer, so it's kind of like an Icelandic chelada, but it's really mellow. It's easy to drink. You could barely taste. It's like a hint of tomato. Not bad. I kind of prefer chelada. It hits right, but it's kind of like drinking like a lager. Oh, that was a fun experience. Definitely recommend it. This, but the beer was kind of like, it's probably one of the most expensive beers I've drank. I don't know. I think that was close to like $15. So enjoy. It's the last time I'm having a tomato based beer. Yes, it's kind of weird. Like I should have asked them whether it was like brewed with. I don't even know how they would make it. Or is it just like tomato sprinkled in the beer? I don't know. Kind of silly. Yeah, just a lager would have been probably better. Tomato beer, probably 1 out of 5 stars. Just not worth the price. Whew, man, this weather is something else today. Feels like a wind's coming right off the North Atlantic and just blowing in on us. Whew, Chile. All right, well, you can see the steam coming in the ground over there. I'm gonna try to catch a geyser eruption here in a minute. So I think these are like the original trees. These are what the trees look like when the first Icelandic people came. And they hadn't figured out how to use the geothermal energy yet, so they happened to chop basically all the trees down and turn the island of Iceland into a barren rock, essentially. All right, I'm gonna put the camera away for a second. My hands are getting a bit chilly, and I left my gloves in the bus like an idiot. Ooh. Oh wow, here's some boiling water ponds here. It's pretty cool. Oh wow. Burping. Ooh. Actually, the steam feels pretty nice up here. But yeah, it's pretty bleak out here. Ooh. All right, I think it's been 20 minutes since the last eruption. This thing is supposed to go off every 10 minutes, so I don't know if this is going to be like a stronger one because it's taking longer or what. Started to freeze up. This is like a bit torturous.
I don't see anybody.
Oh, there it goes. Oh. Oh wow, this is really incredible. Oh yeah, this is probably like the best view. So I couldn't get a ton more footage, but this is pretty incredible as it is. I go down below, but it's really cold and kind of dangerous today, so I'm gonna go back inside. It's freezing. Oh man, Iceland is no joke. Like seriously, I just went out to that waterfall earlier, and it is crazy. Like it's so cold. That wind is just like getting to me. It's not that far. We're from like this. I'm inside like a little travel center here with like food hall, everything. It's got everything you want to see, warm and cozy. But we go out there and it's pretty dangerous. Like this place is no joke. I'm like, I have like 4 layers on. Here's like a waterproof jacket, hat, 2 hoodies, and it's still like I'm still kind of soaked. So if you're gonna come out to Iceland, make sure you come prepared. Especially if you come like probably off season, definitely bring some like waterproof boots and some like waterproof pants. I forgot to bring waterproof pants, but yeah, it's and be careful with your equipment. I think I'm worried about this phone getting damaged too, so it's already like saying that to be careful with it, charging it and sticking stuff in it right now. So hopefully it's okay and it's not like seriously damaged, but yeah, the weather here is no joke. Be prepared and watch your step too, because there's a lot of ice still everywhere. Go figure, in a place called Iceland, there's a lot of ice. Didn't see that one coming, so, but yeah, I'm doing okay. I got some pictures of the waterfall, which is really impressive. Honestly, it's massive. It's I don't know. I don't know how to compare it. It's like nothing I've seen before with all the ice and the waterfall. Definitely highly recommend. I think this is the last stop of the Golden Ring tour today, which is good. It's good so far. The geyser was a little less impressive, but the greenhouse is really cool. I really like that, and this is actually really cool. It's just kind of like scary, a bit dangerous, cold and wet. So waterfall is definitely worth going to. It's probably better if you go like in the summertime. Iceland in the summertime is probably really cool. I probably wouldn't want to be doing like a camping ring tour this time of year. March is kind of like you can pull like a stop in Reykjavik probably around this time of year, and maybe do one of these tours. If you do like what I did today, I would definitely recommend bringing like some waterproof boots and stuff like that. It's kind of rough because I have to carry all this stuff with me for the next 3 months, so I didn't really. I had to pack really light, so I couldn't bring a bunch of like super heavy duty gear. So making do with what I got, and I had to like repurpose this gear. So like this jacket liner I could use as like a pillow while traveling and stuff like that. So this sweater I use all the time, and the rainproof jacket like folds into like a small thing. So all my stuff either has to be used for multiple things, or I have to like make it into a really small package and use it like that. So yeah, Iceland, it's definitely a crazy environment out there for sure. But I still recommend it for sure. Just be prepared. To the viewpoint over the lake here. Sorry, my mics aren't working because the phone got a little bit wet. So I didn't connect anything to it. So if my audio is a little bit off, it's because of that. Hopefully the phone isn't messed up. Finally a bit of sunlight. And it is cold and I am soaked, so I can only stay out here for like about a few minutes. And it is. Let's do a quick little walkabout. And yep, I'm gonna keep saying this. Who would have thought Iceland was cold? Ugh, this dummy. But it would actually be a little bit warmer than it is. Oh, man, I'm gonna go back to the hostel. Take a shower, nice hot shower, and change into some nice dry clothes and dry out my shoes. Oh my god, this is really beautiful. This lake. So according to our tour guide, I'm currently on the North American plate, and on the other side of that lake is the Eurasian plate. So I got to cross a continent today. Back and forth. Oh my god, this is really pretty. Excuse me. Wow. Yeah, so at least we could see everything clear right now. So they're saying these giant cracks here were caused by like the tectonic activity. They're just kind of splitting apart a bunch of different places. Man, this place is really something else. Alright, well this is the final stop of the day then. I guess we're headed back to Reykjavik. the shaking of my hand is meaning that it's time to stop recording. Oh man, today was a long day. I thought I'd find my phone for a second. It was like, your phone can't charge because it got too wet or something like that. And I'd never seen that on an iPhone before, so it kind of got me worried for a second. But I'm charging it now and it seems okay. I'm going to try using my microphone connector with it later. But it was only doing that when I used that. But no, today was crazy. It was, I think I was out on the road for like 8 hours going to various sites. So definitely, I think the total cost of the tour is like $100, and I think it was worth it. It's definitely a little sampler plate of like the geography and of the area, definitely, and the greenhouse addition to it's really cool. But yeah, if you only have limited time here in Reykjavik, it's definitely, if you have an extra day to check things out, definitely go for the Golden Circle for sure. Highly recommend it. But I'm glad to be back, and I'm drying out all my clothes, and I'm about to hit the shower, and I don't know, go grab a bite to eat tonight. Maybe I'll try one of those hot dogs, famous hot dogs, or like the pluckfisher, the codfish soup, I believe it's called. But yeah, I'm releasing this now. I hope you'll enjoy.